All right, this evening we're going to open up with a public hearing. It's an ordinance amending the business license ordinance of the town to update the class schedule as required by Act 176 of 2020. Do I have anyone who would like to speak at this public hearing? If there are none, I will close the public hearing for the ordinance amending the business license ordinance of the town to update the class schedule as required by Act 176 of 2020. And at this time, I would like to call this meeting to order. Pastor Kent Suits, if you would come up and lead us in an invocation, please.
Thank you. Let's pray. Father, thank you for your goodness to us. Thank you for your love. Lord, I thank you for the men and women who serve in this capacity here this evening. Pray that you would be with them and guide them. For those who are going out, we thank you for their service. Pray that you would continue to be with them and find other areas where they can serve others. For those coming in, Lord, we pray that they would remember that they are only here by your guidance. And we pray that all would discuss and plan things that are for the best of the people of the town that they are called to love and serve. And that all would be done for your glory tonight and forever. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Stand if you're able for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Mr. Gambrell.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, sir. Item 4, approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Prowse, any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
The District 3 votes yes.
4?
Yes.
5?
Yes.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
And Mayor votes yes. Motion passes. Adoption of the minutes for the regular council meeting October 9th, 2023. Do I have a motion to adopt? Ms. Lemon, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Hall, any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes yes.
4?
Yes.
5?
Yes.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
And Mayor votes yes. Motion passes. For the mayor's report, our next regular council meeting will be December the 11th, and the year is already coming to a close. Council committees report, Central Midlands, Councilmember Hall.
Central Midlands COG Board of Directors met on Thursday, October 22nd. A quorum was present. Copy of the agenda and financial statement has been attached for the members here. Major issues addressed was proposed changes to COG's procurement procedures and financial statement with the status of membership payments being questioned due to the bylaws stating that in case of delinquency, the representative will not be allowed to vote. So an answer to clarify process for this action should be taken and is pending. There will be no meeting scheduled for November.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. EPAC, Councilmember Prowse.
EPAC met October 18th. There were no new action items. However, there were some informational updates. One being the total of 19 organizations who requested funding from the SCIP were awarded a total of $138,315,000 as part of the federal monies that were approved a couple of years ago. Richland County gave an update to the committee of their plans to update and expand capacity at the Eastover wastewater treatment plant. And the town of Lexington gave an update on the closure of the Watergate wastewater treatment plant, which you may recall was formerly the blue granite, which had many spills previously into the Missouri River. That's the extent of the update.
Thank you, sir. Common Advisory Committee, Councilmember King.
So the comment is still working. I'm working with staff to
bring Route 97 back to Batesburg-Leesville. And we are working with ad hoc committee from Lexington County of all the municipalities working together. See how we can fund this bus route here in Batesburg. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. And Joint Municipal Water and Sewer Commission did meet on October the 11th. The various water projects that they have going right now, just a couple of highlights of the Charter Oak elevated water tank. Basically, that project is complete. Phase 2 of the water plant transmission main installation is mostly complete. Of course, our Batesburg-Leesville project, bids are in and they continue to work on that project. Calico Farms conceptual design phase, they received the plans and commissioned to construct the tank and a 24-inch water main on that property. Sewer projects, Old Orangeburg sewer upgrades. Sewer's always a sexy thing to talk about. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening there. Lexington Hills lift station, 2-notch lift station, and on and on. Joint Municipal continues to grow at a rate of fiscal year, well, this new year, July, August, September, of 6%, and the previous year to date was almost 3% on the water side, and the sewer side 6%, and last year, fiscal year, was almost 5% for the sewer side. And that is my report there. Mr. Mike, if you would, Mike Taylor, President of the Batesburg-Leesville Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Mr. Mike.
Thanks, sir. Good evening. At the last meeting, I gave reported 2 events, but they followed after the town council meeting, so I kind of wanted to briefly go over those. First one was held October 17th on a Tuesday, and it was business after hours. We haven't had that in maybe 8 years. It used to be very popular, but we brought it back. It's a very good opportunity for businesses to get together and network a little bit, and a social hour. And also, we had Tony Baldwin with the Lexington Blowfish come in and basically give a presentation on social media marketing, and did a super job. So I think everyone enjoyed that. We had our general membership meeting last month on the 26th at Hitachi Rail, which is very unusual. We had roughly 31 members that were there. We had a presentation and then toured the Hitachi plant. And after the tour, you could just feel and sense the pride that everyone felt, knowing that the products that were built at Hitachi Rail in Batesburg-Leesville transported product and passengers safely throughout the world. So it was a great event. We certainly appreciate them opening doors for us. This Thursday, we have our annual banquet. It'll be at TNS Farm, beginning at 7 o'clock. Ron Harvey, who's a certified leadership coach, trainer, facilitator, and a dynamic speaker. He was there last year, and I think everyone enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to hearing him this year. This coming Sunday, the Batesburg-Leesville Ministerial Alliance will have their Thanksgiving community service. It's going to be at St. John's United Methodist Church, and the service will begin at 6 o'clock. Hope y'all be able to make that. On Sunday, December 3rd, we will have our Christmas parade. It will begin hopefully on time at 5:15. We'll meet at South Hendrick Street, right there across from Bojangles. Go down Highway 1 to Main Street in Leesville. Take a left, go down and disband at the Leesville College Park, where there will be activities after the parade. Arts on the Ridge will host Deck the Halls with the Arts on Sunday, December the 10th, beginning at 4 o'clock at Davis Pond. The Davis family, I don't know if any of y'all have had an opportunity to listen to them, but they are a really gifted family, so we'll have entertainment, heavy hors d'oeuvres and beverages, and it's from 4 to 7 o'clock, and I think we'll get everybody in the Christmas cheer. I appreciate the opportunity to be here this evening, and certainly wish each of you a safe and enjoyable Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Appreciate it. Ms. Judy, do we have any public comments this evening? All right, thank you, ma'am. Moving to item 8, unfinished business. Item A, the second reading ordinance amending the business license ordinance of the town to update the class schedule as required by Act 176 of 2020. In September 2020, the General Assembly of South Carolina passed the South Carolina Business License Tax Standardization Act. This act streamlined the business license process, creating the same process for tax jurisdictions across the state. The town adopted a new ordinance and implemented it in 2022. And as a part of the Standardization Act, towns, cities are required every 2 years to adopt and update the latest standardized business license class schedule, which is sent out by the Municipal Association of South Carolina. Towns are required to adopt the new class schedule by December 31st, 2023. Tonight, council will vote on first reading to adopt the new schedule, or second reading, I'm sorry, to adopt the new schedule. Do I have a motion to adopt second reading?
Mr. Mayor, I move we adopt second reading of this ordinance.
Mr. Gambrell, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Hall, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
5.
I'm not voting.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Motion passes. New business, item 9. This is the council vote for excused absence from last month's meeting for council members Gambrell and Mitchell. And Mr. Luckett, I'm assuming everyone gave proper notice for everything you needed for the absence?
Yes, sir.
Okay, given that, I'll entertain a motion for excuse for both council members, Gambrell and Mitchell.
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Lemon, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Mr. Mayor, I abstain.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
5.
Oh. What we voting on?
Be on the excused absence, ma'am.
Oh, I'm not voting.
Okay, thank you.
Same.
District 6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes, motion passes. Item B is a resolution for Veterans Day 2023. We just had Veterans Day. Whereas for more than 2 centuries, individuals from all walks of life have taken up arms and sworn an oath to support and defend the principles upon which our country was founded. And whereas throughout history, courageous men and women have donned the uniform of our armed forces and built a noble tradition of faithful and dedicated service to our nation. And whereas Veterans Day has been set aside as both a national and state holiday to honor those American patriots who answered the call of duty, preserving our freedoms and often making the ultimate sacrifice. And whereas we can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to those heroic men and women who served, were wounded, or even died in battle. And whereas the unwavering commitment of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, and merchant mariners have preserved our freedom and saved millions around the world from tyranny. And whereas it is fitting that all citizens of Batesburg-Leesville honor America's military veterans whose selfless service and sacrifice we enjoy freedom and liberty. Now therefore be resolved that the Mayor and Town Council of Batesburg-Leesville do hereby recognize last Saturday, November 11th, 2023 as Veterans Day, and call upon all citizens of Batesburg-Leesville to honor the contributions of current and former members of the United States Armed Services. If you serve, will you please raise your hand? Thank you very much for your service. May I have a motion to adopt the resolution?
So moved.
I have Ms. Lemon, second.
I'll second.
Mr. Prowse, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4, 5,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Motion passes. Council approval of grant match funds for Safe Streets and Roads for All Action Plan grant. In February this year, the town of Batesburg-Leesville was awarded a $96,000 grant from the United States Department of Transportation under the Safe Streets and Roads program. This grant specifically is for the creation of an action plan related to vehicle and pedestrian safety within our community. And once the action plan has been completed and future projects identified, we can apply for additional funding towards implementation. The town awarded the engineering firm at the last council meeting, but we will need to approve funds in the amount of $14,000 to provide our match for the grant. And this would be from our general fund. Do I have a motion to approve the grant match funds?
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Gambrell, any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question.
Ms. Mitchell?
So the grant money that they give you, the town has to match that same amount?
Just 14,000, ma'am. Is that correct?
That's
Is it
correct. It's a
14?
$96,000 grant. We match 14,000. We don't have to match 96.
Oh, okay.
It's a great question, thank you. Any other discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
5,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Item D, council approval of funds, an engineer to perform Town Pond Reservoir Dam repair and breach analysis. Following the flood event that did happen in June of this year, South Carolina DHEC performed a full dam inspection of the BL Town Pond, which serves as our water source, of course, for the town. Water topped over the pond dam during the flood, caused some minor damage, but most damage was to the backup spillway, the emergency spillway. Following the inspection, we received a report from SCDHEC that is requiring us to engage a licensed professional engineer to conduct a hydrologic and hydraulic analysis of the dam. The findings from this analysis will provide the town with a scope of work that we must perform to satisfy DHEC's requirements. Council is being asked to approve Mr. Brian Bates, Woolport Inc., in the amount of $10,000 to perform the analysis. Do I have a motion to approve the funds and the engineer for the dam repair?
So moved.
Analysis, sorry.
Second.
Mr. Prowse, and I have a second by Mr. Hall. Any discussion?
Second.
Mr. Kane?
Was this an active bid for that, for this contract? How did you get the contract?
So there are a list of people that DHEC has that specialize specifically in engineering related to dams, for ponds and lakes and things like that. So we went to that list. Mr. Brian Bates was also familiar with our region, more specifically the watershed in which our town pond reservoir is in. He's highly recommended among others for this scope of work. So he came out and looked at the pond. We received a quote from him for $10,000, which quite frankly was a lot less than we had anticipated that price being.
But was it a competitive bid or y'all just selected?
So actually DOT has gone through the procurement process through the state for the list of engineers that they had. So we pulled from that list.
Is there any other discussion? District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
District 3 votes yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Motion passes. And item E is the council approval of a contractor relating to the town's portion of the joint municipal water project. So the next steps towards the town's water project is to award the contractor. The town put out for bid our portion of the project back in August, and in September we opened bids and we had 2 contractors bid on the job. DS Utilities Inc. out of Little Mountain, South Carolina was the lowest responsible bidder for the project. They had a bid of $10,373,991. The town has previously secured grant money from the South Carolina Rural Infrastructure Authority in the amount of $10 million. Tonight, we are not making any decisions related to financial obligations. Council is just approving the contractor, which is required to be done within the next week and a half, as presented in our packet. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the contractor, DS Utilities out of Blue Mountain, South Carolina.
Mr. Prowse with the motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Wise? Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Mr. Hall?
We're approving the funds, or are we approving a contractor? I'm sorry.
It would just be the contractor for tonight. We are actually awaiting SRF to get us the necessary resolutions that they need. While we may not end up spending a dime towards this project, and that's what appears likely, we're still going to be required to do the financial resolutions through SRF as this project goes, but they have not finalized that. We're hoping to bring that back in December, which will satisfy the financial component as well. Got a meeting with Rural Infrastructure tomorrow to finalize our proposal that we previously made to them to try and pick up some emerging contaminant funding. So until we have the final results of that, we can't approve the funding.
As I read this, there was no note in there for funds for bond on the contract.
At this point, it doesn't appear we're going to have to do any type of bonding related to this project.
So the contractor will not be bonded.
Oh, the contractor will be bonded, yes, sir.
But we will not have to pay the bond as part of this.
We don't pay the bond anyways, they're responsible for the bond.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Teddy, how come
Mr. Kane?
how come we are committing to a contractor, but we don't know what the cost is going to be?
At most, the cost at this point is going to be $373,911.10. That's worst case scenario. We were fully projected to pay millions of dollars towards this project, but with the 10 million at most, and then worst case scenario, we would have to pay that $373,000.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out why we're doing the contract first.
Because the bid was good for 90 days. And so we've been waiting for Rural Infrastructure Authority to approve everything on their end before we could approve the contractor.
And that was just done on Friday.
And that was just given to us on Friday.
Well, I understand that. What I'm saying is, you're saying that we would have to rebid if we don't go with this contractor tonight.
That would be the case. Once that bid runs out, he could actually move the price of the project up.
But we already know that we're not going, that the minimum that we're going to pay is the what, 300?
$73,999.
That would actually be the maximum that we would pay towards this project at this
Okay.
point. But it's likely that we're not even going to have to pay that.
Well, I understand that. So why are we pressing to do to lock this contract in right this second?
Because we got such a favorable bid, and we would hate to go a week and a half and that bid time limit run out and the price go up.
It doesn't really make a difference because we already know the maximum we're going to pay.
Well, no, the maximum we're going to pay is based on the bid that the contractor gave.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
So I have a.
Ms. Mitchell?
So why didn't you put that on paper, how much it was going to be? If we go with that contractor, how much it would be? Why you didn't put that here?
It's $10,373,911.
Okay, so what did you just say? Okay, that's how much the contractor is charging.
That's how much the current bid is from that contractor.
So you know this is the contractor
That is the contractor that did the $10,373,000 bid.
Mr. Mayor,
Hold on one second. Mr. Gabriel?
on the back page of your agenda,
Yes,
item E, it spells out the bid they had a bid of $10 million, so it's in blank there, how much it is.
And that was the price of the price of the contract? So they bid the exact price.
See, that's what
No.
They bid $10,373,911.10, if I'm saying it right off the top of my head. Again, the reason it wasn't on necessarily the back underneath this is because we're not approving the financials tonight. We're approving the contract.
Which is where I have the issue with.
But hold on, one at a time now. Ms. Mitchell has the floor.
My thing is, if you know this is what they're gonna charge, why can't we do everything at once instead of bidding for the contractor tonight and then have to come back and for the money?
Because as I
How do you
stated,
know the money won't change?
as I stated a few minutes ago, the bid, the 90-day bid that the contractor gave expires in about a week and a half. What we are still awaiting DHEC and the SRF to approve all of the financial loan documents and to get all that together. That will not be available until the December meeting. So to lock this price in, we need to have that approved prior to this bid expiring, because once this bid expires, the contractor could raise that price up if they want to, if they don't completely walk away from the project. But I don't think they do that. There's a good chance that that price could increase.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you know for a fact this is what it's going to be, and this is the right contractor that you're gonna have, why don't you include all of that in just tonight's bidding, instead of going for him now, and then the amount later?
But it's gonna have to be done in the form of a resolution in which we've not been given yet.
Well,
Mr. Kane?
so, again, his 90-day deadline means nothing it means nothing to me, that he gave us a 90-day deadline. And I don't think that you're locking in a contractor, but not the money. And then you have, are you thinking that the contractor's gonna go up? Did he not give us his best price?
I can tell you that as long as the bid is good, if it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, they cannot change the price.
Right.
The price after said time period, in this case 90 days, that contractor can increase their price.
Right, but you won't give us an extension for 30 days till we get all this both pieces together?
I doubt it.
Why?
Because 90 days
Okay,
is
so
already a
next
lot
time-
long. 90 days is already, the only reason he gave us 90 days instead of 30 days or 60 days, 30 days is typical. But the reason they gave us 90 days on this is they understood that we were gonna have to go through the South Carolina Rural Infrastructure Authority to get all the final approval from them, and that process was gonna take longer, so the maximum they would go was 90 days.
What's the next highest bid?
I don't have that in front of me.
Okay, so I mean, huh?
I don't have it in front of me.
Okay, I'm just saying, so I'm uneasy about awarding the contractor, picking a contractor, and then trying to fund the project based on these numbers. That's just not.
And again, I'll reiterate, the worst case scenario here for this project is that we would pay $373,900.
So what's the rush then? We know what the.
Because I don't want the price to go up. That's,
What grounds would he have to give us the price? If he gave us the best price to get that contract, why would he inflate the price in 30 days? What has changed? If he can do it for that price now, he can do it for in 30 days. I mean, I don't have a real, it's awkward.
with inflation and what prices in the market are doing right now, I think it's very possible that prices could go up if we don't meet the 90 days.
I would.
I can't speak and say 100% it would, but I'm saying market prices are constantly
And it's
changing.
possible that we go back out to bid and get a lower bid, but, that's fine. I'm not gonna beat this horse.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, if I may,
Mr. Hall?
when did we receive the bid?
It was,
I think
we opened the bids, it was August 21st off the top of my head, because I just had elbow surgery.
And this is the beginning of November, and we've had 2 council meetings in between, and it is coming to council with a short fuse.
Well, that's because we could not, by RIA, come to council with this until they had approved, and I received that on Friday. That's part of the part of the skip regulations, is we couldn't do this until we were given the full go-ahead by them.
You can't know the rules.
No, Mr. Kane, you've spoken twice. I need other council members, Mr. Kane. You've spoken
Okay.
twice on it. I need to give other council members the floor
Okay, if they don't
to
have,
speak.
if they don't wanna speak, then
Mr.
it's okay
Kane,
for me to
hold.
speak.
Not by ordinance, it is not. You've spoken twice. We understand what you want. Is there any other
Mayor,
discussion?
point of
Any other
order. Point of order.
Mr. Kane, By ordinance, you can speak twice on each subject on here, and we've given you the floor 2 times, and we fully understand what you like, what your
Mr. Mayor,
wishes are. Mr. Kane, I'm offering.
may I express my, point of order?
You may express your point of order.
Okay, so the ordinance does not say that. The ordinance says that you can speak twice after everyone else has had an opportunity to speak. You're able to speak again. This is, that would be ridiculous to have a council person only be able to speak twice to an issue. Once everybody's had an opportunity to speak, and the council person has.
We'll check point of order. Nick, do you remember? I know Chris is not here today.
I tell you what, just forget it. Just forget it. Y'all move on. Go ahead, because we're not going to.
I want to make sure every council member has ample time to speak.
Okay, and after they
Is there
speak,
any,
then I can
Mr.
speak
Kane,
again.
I'm leading the meeting, sir. Mr. Kane, is there
I know.
any,
Thank you.
Mr. Kane, any other discussion on the topic? Okay, again, this is council approval of a contractor. This is DS Utilities, related to the town's portion of the joint municipal water project. District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
District 3 votes no.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
No.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
District 8 votes yes.
and Mayor votes yes, motion passes. Acceptance of the results from the November 7th, 2023 election. On November 7th, we held our local election in BL. Mr. David Faulknight was the winner of District 2, and Ms. Betty Hartley was the winner of District 4, and Mr. Paul Wise was the winner of District 6, and Mr. Bob Paul was the winner of District 8. Lexington County has certified the results of the election, and council must approve the certification. Mr. Luckady, is there anything that you need to add before we take a vote to accept the election results?
No, sir, other than each one of you had a copy, and I emailed it out later this afternoon when I received it. Each one of you have a copy of the certified signatures from the election commission, along with what the final votes were for each district.
Thank you, sir. Again, it's acceptance of the results from the November 7th, 2023 election. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Ms. Lemon, is there a second?
Second,
Mr. Hall, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
5,
Definitely.
6,
Yes.
7, 8,
yes.
and Mayor votes yes, motion passes. At this time, Mr. Luckady, let's recognize our outgoing councilman. Speaker, Jennifer's that speaker. We'll make it split. It's Johnny Bay. But the town of Batesburg-Leesville, recognition of your dedicated service to the citizens of the town of Batesburg-Leesville. Having served our town council, District 4, November 2019 through November 2023.
If I may, I would just like to say that it has been a pleasure for me to serve these last 4 years in District 4. And there are some people here that have always been in my corner. I don't have to call your names. You've been there for me. You answered all my questions. Anytime I had a question, you always were there for me. I could come to you, I could text you, I could call you, I could ask to meet with you, and you were always there. I really appreciate that. And it's my prayer that everyone here have a happy Thanksgiving, a very Merry Christmas, a blessed happy, and prosperous new year. Thank you.
Bring tissues for us again, bro. Get some motion. Take your time, sir. Take your time. I can stand up here all day. Just. Some salt. The town of Batesburg-Leesville presents a holy down brown in recognition of your dedicated service to the citizens of the town of Batesburg-Leesville, having served town council, District 2, and as mayor pro tem from November 1935, November 2017 to November 2023. Wow. Thank you for your service.
How much time do I have?
We're going to play the music in about 2 minutes. Somebody set the phone.
It's been a pleasure to serve the town of Batesburg-Leesville and pass it off council District 2. To work with people again of this fine town is a pleasure anytime. If you haven't had the opportunity to do due diligence to the town employees, to the police department, to the fire department, to the town councilman and their job duties, you don't know what you're missing, folks. This fine supportive staff that you have, and keep that in my face, they can hear what I'm saying. I enjoyed it, and anything I can do for any of you, don't ask me.
It's really close by.
Hey, you know where I live? Don't send your son over, or I'll get scared. I have enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I'm done.
All right, at this time, we'll swear in our new council member. Chris would love to do it.
All right, the first district that we will do will be District 2, so Mr. David Bonner, if you would come forward, sir. Any family member that you wish to bring up with you, you're welcome to do so. Yes.
Stand over here so everybody can see. I do solemnly swear that I am duly qualified according to the Constitution of this state
I am duly qualified according to the Constitution of this state
to exercise the duties of the office to which I have been elected,
to exercise the duties of the office to which I've been elected,
and that I will, to the best of my ability, discharge the duties thereof,
and I will, to the best of my ability, discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of this state and of the United States.
preserve, defend, and protect the Constitution of this state and the United States.
You got it. One more. As council member of the town of Batesburg-Leesville,
As council member of the town of Batesburg-Leesville,
I will equally, fairly, and impartially
I will equally, fairly, and impartially
to the best of my ability and skill,
to the best of my ability and skill,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
and I will use my best endeavors to preserve the peace
and I will use my best endeavors to preserve the peace
and carry into effect, according to the law,
and carry into effect, in accordance to the law,
the purpose for which I have been elected.
the purpose for which I have been elected.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Anybody want a photo,
At this time, if we could bring Miss Betty Hartley up, please.
Put your left hand on the Bible and raise your arm. Keep going up. Keep going up. Get a picture. Stand wherever you like. Ready? I do solemnly swear that I am duly qualified, according to the Constitution of this state, to exercise the duties of the office to which I have been elected, and that I will, to the best of my ability, discharge the duties thereof, and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of this state and the United States. As council member of the town of Batesburg-Leesville, I will equally, fairly, and impartially, to the best of my ability and skill, exercise the trust reposed in me, and I will use my best endeavors to preserve the peace and carry into effect the law, the purpose for which I have been elected. So help me God.
At this time, if we could have Councilmember Paul Wise come down. And you can, I brought my girlfriend.
I do solemnly swear that I am duly qualified, according to the Constitution of this state, to exercise the duties of the office to which I have been elected, and that I will, to the best of my ability,
and that I will, to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
of this state and the United States.
of this state and the United States.
As council member of the town of Batesburg-Leesville,
As council member of the town of Batesburg-Leesville,
I will equally, fairly, and impartially,
I will equally, fairly, and impartially,
to the best of my ability and skill,
to the best of my ability and skill,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
and I will use my best endeavors to preserve the peace,
and I will use my best endeavors
to preserve
preserve the peace,
and carry into effect, according to law,
and carry into effect according to law,
the purpose for which I have been elected.
the purpose of which I have been elected.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
And last but not least, Councilman Hall, you will come down, sir.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear that
that I am duly qualified,
I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties of the office
to exercise the duties of the office
to which I've been elected,
to which I have been elected,
and that I will do, to the best of my ability,
so that I will do to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
of this state and the United States.
of this state and the United States.
As council member of the town of Batesburg-Leesville,
As council member of the town of Batesburg-Leesville,
I will equally, fairly, and impartially,
I will equally, fairly, and impartially,
to the best of my ability and skill,
to the best of my ability and skill,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
and I will use the best endeavors to preserve the peace
and I will use the best endeavors to preserve the peace
and carry into effect, according to law,
and carry into effect, according to law,
the purpose for which I have been elected.
the purpose for which I have been elected.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't get a choice with my... Come on, you're gonna take better pictures. You got much better camera. Did you get it?
Manager's report. Mr. Luckadoo.
Okay.
Check, check, check.
The things acted up, so I may just have to talk louder tonight. I want to begin real quick. I know the other members left, but I just want to thank them for the service that they did to this town. And for the new members sitting up here tonight, welcome aboard. Look forward to working with you. For those that were reelected, I look forward to continuing working with you as well. Congratulations to all y'all. I want to start out tonight as we are getting into the holiday seasons. I just wanted to share some of the upcoming town holidays in which town offices will be closed, and town facilities and offices will be closed. We'll be closed next Thursday, November 23rd, and Friday, November 24th for the Thanksgiving holiday. For Christmas holiday, town offices will be closed Monday, December 25th through Wednesday, December 27th. And we will also be closed January 1st for New Year's. Dominion Energy has notified us of their 2024 tree trimmings locations for this year. Although it may be completed by 2023 if they get started fast enough, they said it's possible. They could get started as early as mid-November, but likely December. The contractor for this work this year is Whitestone Utility. There's not a lot of tree trimming in town this year, and they will be doing primarily electric distribution trimming. It appears the work will be contained this year to Councilman Hall's district, Councilman Prouse's district, and Councilman Wise's district. I had previously sent out a map of that. That's something that, if we haven't already done so, we're going to be putting that out on our social media and on our website so that people can see where that tree trimming is going to occur. But primarily, it's right around this area that we're in right now. And if anybody's interested in seeing that, we can certainly print a map off and show you that tonight. Some event updates. We had another successful Halloween on Main event this past Tuesday evening. We estimate around 1,500 to 2,000 people were in attendance. We are very pleased with the effort that homeowners placed on decorating their homes this year. We did award 3 homes, first, second, and third place for the home decorating contest. We appreciate the numerous businesses that opened and provided candy, the churches, the community organizations that took part, the food trucks for coming, and then for the homes participating this year. I must say that I appreciate our staff that assisted with making this happen. It can't be done without them. Lastly, Stacy Richards, formerly known as Stacy Terlizzi, in case somebody don't know who I'm talking about, just got married. Wanted to thank her for her time spent coordinating this. It was a really successful event. We have a number of upcoming Christmas events. Mr. Mike Taylor touched on the Christmas parade on Sunday, December 3rd at 5:15. That'll be followed up in College Park. We will have singers, dancers, and some other entertainment that evening for everybody. We're working to line up hot chocolate and cookies and different things. We anticipate that in the park lasting for about 45 minutes to an hour following the parade. I will also note, following the town's, the parade, the after event in College Park, Palmetto Propane at 7 o'clock that evening is planning an event at their location. If people want to continue in the fun, go over to Palmetto Propane. I will say that they're planning some really cool tree decorating contests and things over there. We are also working to finalize lining up a Christmas movie night on December 16th at Depot Park. We will have more details on that soon. Some project updates with regards to the water project. This past week, Rural Infrastructure Authority approved us to move forward with our project. We are meeting with them tomorrow at their office to discuss the final funding decisions regarding our proposal that we had previously made to them that will allow us to utilize the additional $4.25 million in emerging contaminants funding. With the approval of the contractor tonight, we will line up our pre-construction meetings and set our notice to proceed date. We will be coming back to council soon with required resolutions for SRF regarding the project. For the liquid chemical feed project, since our last meeting, the contractor has ordered the bulk storage tanks and chemical feed, conduit and tubing. The roof decking has been started and the roof should be completed soon. Roll-up doors have been ordered and electrical continues to be worked on. The infiltration and inflow project has reached what we call substantial completion, but there is some work left to be done. We have now been approved to utilize the additional CDBG funds that were awarded a few months ago. With that, the crews are now working on the additional scopes of work. This project is on track to be completed in February 2024. Also, we just had our 3rd month in a row of 50% reduced flow coming into the plant. Last month, council approved the stormwater work on Oak Street in Batesburg. Metro Utilities was able to get this work completed the week following the meeting. The homeowner at this point is happy with the job that was done, and the crews did a great job of fixing the issue and restoring the homeowner's property in great condition. For the financial update, we ended, for non-utility funds, we ended the month at $1,475,854.08. The total for all utility funds ended the month at $3,867,616.82, with $492,582 remaining in the American Rescue Plan funds, and $301,691 remaining in the 2021 Infrastructure Revenue Bond. The hospitality tax ended the month at $1,245,503, bringing the total of all funds to $6,588,974. On the next sheet, for the new members that are sitting up there that haven't seen this before, what I do is this is a month ending October side by side, showing what our bank accounts have done from 2014 to 2023, just to give you a basis of what our accounts have done over the years. And then the general fund operating revenues ended the month at 22% at $1,262,272, with operating expenses at 30% at $1,722,283. The utility fund operating revenues ended the month at 20%, $1,861,949, with operating expenses at 14%, $1,286,102. The Victims Assistance Fund operating revenues ended at 22%, $2,116, with operating expenses at 34%, $3,208. And then lastly, the Hospitality Tax Fund operating revenues ended at 38% at $268,691, and operating expenses at 13%, $89,487. That concludes my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Luckett. Appreciate it. Next item up is executive session. We have two items this evening: discussion and legal advice regarding matters between the town and Twin City Alumni Association. And discussion, item B is discussion and legal advice regarding class action lawsuit relating to PFAS. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Prowse, any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes yes.
4?
4 says yes.
5?
Yes.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
And Mayor votes yes. We are in executive session. Thank you. To return to regular session,
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second? Mr. Balknight, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
4 yes.
5,
Yes.
6, yes, 7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. We are back in regular session. From executive session, possible actions relating to items in executive session. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Prowse,
I move that we approve the resolution as presented in executive session, authorizing town manager to sign documents related to class action lawsuit.
a motion by Mr. Prowse, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wise. Any discussion? Again, it's a motion to, you guys, I don't want to repeat it. District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
4 yes.
5,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Motion passes. Item 13 is potential agenda items for next month's meeting, December 11th. Do I have any motions?
I have one.
Ms. Mitchell?
We need to put the park back on the agenda, and we need to do something with that park. Instead of talking about it, we need to do something about Whittick Park in Batesburg. So I want it back on the agenda so we can do something about it.
With Unity Park? Yep. Water Park?
Whittick Park.
Okay. I have a motion by Ms. Mitchell to put discussion of Woodard Unity Park back on the agenda for the December meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Kane. Any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
4 yes.
5, 6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Motion passes. Any other motions for potential agenda items for next month's meeting? I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, Ms. Hartley. There we go.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hall. Any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
4 yes.
5,
Yes.
6, 7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. We are adjourned. Thank you all.